All right, should we get started?
Yep.
All right, thank you very much, folks, again, for your overwhelming support for the first three very successful seasons that we have had. Keeping in mind, the long break that we have for November and December, we decided to have a different format, which is round robin, to enable every player to get more matches, right? So our year-end edition is divided into two parts, as you all know. First is called Top 16, and that's based on the performances that we've had so far in season 3, right? And the other segment is called Next 16, where we are bringing in all the other players that have been with us and also the new registrations, right? So the format will be explained in details by Vivek, but essentially what we have is we are creating groups of four players, and each player will the players in that group will play round robin matches initially, followed by knockout. In the top 16, we will have the top 2 players from each bracket, each round robin bracket, going into the pre-quarters. And in the next 16, we will have only the top player going into the pre-quarters. This format also helps us, take care of the booster shots that many people may be receiving on a rolling basis, and that's why the duration is also a bit extended into December, right? Based on the feedback, what we are doing is we are changing the format, not a lot, but only a minor change. There will be 3 sets played of 9 games each, and the fifth, if it comes down to the 9th game of a set, which means if it is 4-4, then we will play a tiebreaker, which will be a best of 9 points with a difference of 2, right? And based on the survey and discussions that we've had, we will go with Schlesinger balls for this edition, right? As you must be aware, we also have introduced the 9 tennis t-shirts. Many of us have opted for it. People who have not opted and would still like to have it, you can write to us on the WhatsApp group one-on-one, and we can enable that for you. The good news here is that in the top 16, the winners, the winner and the runners-up will get a medal which they can keep. Will get a trophy which they can keep. In the next 16, the winner and the runner-up will get a medal which they can keep, right? So yeah, very excited with this year-end edition, and I think to share more details, I think I'll hand it over to Vivek to tell us in terms of how the tournament will flow, and then we will ask Puneet to do the live draws as we do it usually. Yeah. So Vivek, over to you for the next slide.
Okay, so I think as Kamlesh mentioned, right, we are going to have 2 editions here. So let me kind of spend some time on just giving you a perspective on top 16. So what we've done is we've come up with a top 16 exclusive edition. This is something which we will do as a marquee event, every year end. And the way we have grouped these players or got these players is by basis of their performance, and that's what we will do in next year as well. We will analyze performance across different tournaments and come up with the top 16 players. So in this case, what we have done is we've used season 3 because we've just had 3 seasons. So we've made a basis of season 3 as the first parametric to get to the top 16, and then given we've had 3 to 4 players who are not able to make it due to personal commitments, we have looked into past performances in season 2 and season 1, and also their credentials to get to the top 16. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to have 4 groups of 4 players each, and each of the players within the group will play round robin. We are ensuring that we have top 4 segregated across 4 different groups, and we'll come to those names in the draws in terms of who the top 4 are, who will individually be in different groups, and then the remaining 12 players will be fully randomized across different groups. Top 2 players will make it from each group to the knockouts, and we will have a scoring system through which 2 points are awarded for every win. And we will also maintain something which we call as net games, which is really analogous to net run rate in terms of games won to games lost. Right? Now, we'll use this in case we see a tie in terms of points, just the way we're all used to seeing in other sports. Now, the interesting part here is that we will essentially get 8 players from the round robins. And we will use the point score from the round robin results to get to a seeding from 1 to 8. And then we will basically progress through the quarters and the semis in the manner we've just listed out here, where 1 plays 8, and 2 plays 7, and 3 plays 6, and 4 plays 5, which is the usual normally in every quarters. It's just that we are introducing an element of fun, whereby we get to the top 8 as a basis of round robin results. So basically, it'll keep the players on their toes. They'll make sure that every match is played, very sincerely and very seriously in terms of net games and net games lost, and knowing the fact that these points get carried over for the determination of the next rounds. For next 16, we've had a volume of 36 players this time who have registered. Now, this includes existing and new registrations both. Right? And we will follow the same format as top 16, where we will basically group players into contingents of 4 players each in a group. There'll be no seedings here, and the groupings will be fully randomized. Now, again, they will all play matches with each other within the group, and then the scoring system will be the same as what we just explained in top 16. Now, in this case, what we will do is that we will select 16 players from the 9 different groups. Now, the way we will do this is that we will have winners from each group, which qualify as top 9. And then we will select the 7 best players basis their score points won from the across groups, right? So this is so we can't have the same logic as what we had for top 16, given we have 9 groups here. So mathematically, what we have arrived at is that we'll choose top 9 as winner from each group, and then we will select 7 best players basis their points won and net games won. And again, here we will do seeding basis the round robin results from 1 to 16. And we will progress from pre-quarters on to quarters and to semifinals. Again, the way we will do it is very usual in terms of 1 playing 16, 2 playing 15, and 3 playing 14. So with this, I think I'll stop here. And again, you can reach out to our tournament directors during the tourney if you need any clarifications further. All the remaining aspects of how the tournament is played remains the same, except for the 2-3 points which Kamlesh mentioned around the tiebreaker system and a new concept to that, and best of 3 sets, and its Slazenger blocks will be used. Puneet, I'll stop my sharing here, and you can take over.
Sure. So sharing the screen. All right, everyone. So this is the top 16 players that we have received, and I've just put them into different groups for now, and we'll randomize this to come out with the new grouping across players and the groups that we have here. Each of these groups have different round robin matches planned here. So once we randomize it, the schedule and everything will get changed. Let's look at this data points, these 12 players here, and let's randomize the range to get the new groupings of the players. There we have the groupings. So in group A, we will have Ranga, Manu, Anuj, and Rishi playing together. In group B, we have Anil, Adrian, Vivek, and Joe playing. In C, we have Chetan, then Dhana, Mukund, and another Chetan playing there. And in group D, we have Romil, Kamlesh, Anurag, and Mayank playing together. So all these groups would have their individual sheets, just like I said earlier. And the round robin format for the matches have been put in the sheet. So each of these players can update the person who wins, the player who wins, the score, the rate, and the menu. And based on the results calculated here, as Vivek just highlighted, we will find out the top players from the top 16. Vivek,
Puneet, just one thing to add, right? So every group of 4 will actually have a not a leader, but a lead kind of a thing, so that he is responsible for making sure that all the matches are coordinated, and we will reach out to the folks who have been close to Nine Tennis and who have been helping us coordinate all the things, right? And then that person will also carry the balls for all the matches. So you can reach out to that person as the lead for every group for top 16 and for next 16. Yeah. That's cool.
Perfect. So doing a similar thing for next 16, we have the 36 players here, and we'll randomize this. So that's the new grouping that has been created here. So each of these groups have names of the players, and just like Kamlesh explained, they will play round robin format in the 2021 finals next 16 edition. So there you have the draws done for 2021 finals.
Yeah, can you go to Group A? Yeah, so I think Puneet, firstly, thanks for getting this operational sheet done here. This is really good and very very seamless to operate, right? And if anybody has any questions, please reach out to us, because there's very little to be done. And the points and scoring and the ranking, result grids are all auto-calculated, right? So again, thanks a lot for independently driving this and getting it done along with Vivek, of course. But yeah, so I think, and this is really good. I think we should use this for all round robin matches moving forward. Yeah.
Yep. So as a next step, these sheets will be shared to these participants, to the players. So next 16 folks would get access to this sheet to update, and similarly, the top 16 players in this sheet will get the access to update these sheets.
Yeah, and I think we should continue, posting the pictures and videos and and updates on our group, so that it keeps it lively. I think that's kind of keeps everybody going and keeps everybody interested in the ongoing tournament. Yeah. Anything else that you want to add, Vivek or Ranga or Preet?
Yeah, I think it's self-explanatory, and as I said, I think if there's any clarifications, do reach out to Ranga, Preet. They are your two new directors. Also, I think on behalf of Nine Tennis, I think I'd like to wish all of you guys happy Diwali. That's all.
Yeah, happy Diwali, guys, and enjoy the new the final edition, and let's make it an eventful end to a very dull year as such. All right, thank you, guys.
Happy Diwali, everyone,
and yeah,
God bless. Good luck.
Good games. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.